welcome to the Rolling Ramble. What I was wanting to talk about today is a subject that a friend of mine brought up. She was talking about how hard it was to get started, how hard it was to get over that first 2 weeks when everything's at its worst. Your cravings are at the strongest, and it's just, the first 2 weeks is just bad. And it's so hard to get past that when you don't have supportive family, friends, and coworkers. And I was thinking about it, and it's not that people, I'm not going to say all people, because there are some just set out to sabotage, and that's all the way it is. It's like, if I can't have it, I don't want anybody else to have it. And if I can't be skinny, nobody else is going to be skinny. If I can't be healthy, nobody else is going to be healthy. And there are some that just have that mentality, even if they're not aware of it, that they're geared to sabotage. But for the most part, that's not people's intentions, is to sabotage your goal or your journey. I think what it does for people, when you talk about, I'm going to get healthy, or I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, it causes their own self-doubt, and it causes anxiety for them, because they start thinking about dieting and how that makes them feel, or start an exercise routine and how that makes them feel. And then their anxieties kick up, and it's like they're in that 2 weeks with you, whether they're participating or not. So then they start to binge eat, or they're eating worse things than what they normally would, because your diet, your start on the journey has triggered them. So it's not that they're intentionally trying to sabotage you. It's your start triggered their own insecurities and caused them to overindulge. And of course, they're bringing it in front of you. They work with you, they live with you, and you're seeing it. So you feel unsupported and sabotaged, and that is not even in their mind. It is not even a thought in their head to sabotage you. They want the best for you. They really do. But it's just for them. They're not ready to go there yet. So overindulgence kicks in, and it just carries over into your environment and your world. So what we need to do is we need to plan our 2 weeks. We need to know that that is coming. It's going to happen. To some of us more than others, but it's going to happen in one way or another. So plan for that. Know it's coming. Have little tricks that's going to get you through. Okay, when I start having a craving, I'm going to have a hot cup of coffee, a hot cup of tea. Go ahead and make sure you've got your stevia liquid drops in your pocket at all times. So that way you can take an herbal tea, drop it in a cup of hot water, and have yourself a nice cup hot of sweet tea. And then have some sugar-free Jell-O. Keep that on hand with you. Have sugar-free gum. And a lot of people will say, oh, sugar-free. Yes, it is not the best choice, but you're going from horrible choices. You're going from overeating and binging to you're going to worry about sugar-free gum. It's transitional foods that'll get you started on this journey. So in the beginning, don't worry about being spot on or perfect, because every step you take is a step closer to your goal line. It's getting you there. So don't try to eliminate everything at the beginning. Enjoy your artificial sweeteners, no matter which ones they are. Whatever your artificial sweetener or natural, low calorie, no calorie sweetener is, enjoy it, and don't let everybody tell you, oh, you're having aspartame, you can't do that. You're going from bad choices to not so bad of a choice. Don't get me wrong, I hate aspartame too, and I'm one of those. Don't ingest it. But if it's that, because that's the only sweetener that you like outside of sugar, use it. And then start to transition later to a more healthy choice. Stevia or something along those lines. Something that has a no insulin spike. So carry those in your pocket. Have that plan of what you're gonna do when somebody else is doing X, Y, or Z. Okay, and then know what you're gonna order for lunch before you ever go to work. Have it planned. So when they're going to your favorite restaurant and getting lunch, you either have brought your own lunch or you already know from each place your go-to meal. Okay, they're going here and I like this. I'll be able to do that. They're going here and I can do this. So have all of that in your head or write it down. Have your favorite places with your favorite keto approved meals or whatever your weight loss journey is. It doesn't have to be keto, rather it be low carb, rather it be high carb, low fat, whatever. Have your choices picked out ahead of time. So when your coworkers are saying, we're ordering from here, what do you want? You're like, oh, Xanadu's? I'm having this. Taco Bar and Grill? I'm having this. And you already know, and you don't have to put any thought into it. Because the less we think about it, the less we overanalyze what we're wanting, the more on plan we're going to be. So pre-plan everything. I talk about that all the time. Be a preparedness girl. That way, prepared. And then you don't have to put so much thought into it. And you won't get derailed as often. Because that first 2 weeks is rough. And you're going to be encountering all kinds of temptations. It's going to get thrown in your face constantly. So you have to be prepared for it, and you have to have planned for it. So my go-to, my crutches are coffee, tea. If I'm wanting iced tea, then what I do is the day before, I brew myself a 4 tea bag batch or 4 loose leaf steep and put it in the same bottle that my ketoade's in. And I can't find it. I was having it sitting here, but it's gotten lost. But anyway, a big old 32-ounce jug of tea concentrate. And I carry that with me. And then I can just get a cup of ice and top that off. And I have iced tea all day. So those are the things that keeps me on track. Sugar-free gum, sugar-free Jell-O, hot tea. Oh, another thing that I do when I'm having cravings and I don't really want to eat because I know it's more of a head craving than a food craving, I have myself a cup of ice cold something, whether it be tea or water, and then a cup of very hot chicken bouillon broth. And that combination of ice cold and piping hot, I don't know if it tricks the brain into thinking I've eaten a meal, makes me feel full and satisfied. That works. And calorically, you're probably only getting in 10 calories at most with a Knorr cube. If you know, it's very low. And it'll carry you for quite some time. So those are the crutches I used in the first 2 weeks. Now, another thing that I did not have in the first 2 weeks, but I wish I did, was ketoade. Keep that ketoade on hand. Sip at it constantly. It is here somewhere in the car with me. It has fallen on the floor or something, but it's in here. That way, sometimes your electrolytes are dropping or your water intake is dropping and you need something and it comes off as hunger, and it's not. And that sip of that sweet, tart ketoade almost covers all cravings and knocks things out and makes you feel good and satisfies you. So I will link the recipe to my ketoade in the comments below, or in the description box below. But I'm coming upon my exit here to go to work. So you guys have a great January 3rd, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Blessings.